Let's continue for maritime security related transportation security organizations. Okay, so the next one I want to introduce here is a part of ICC, which refers to Commercial Crime Services. Okay, and this agency is called International Maritime Bureau. Okay, it authenticates trade documents and investigates and reports on credit fraud, finance fraud, and cargo theft. So this organization, IMB, is more interested in say relatively non-violent attacks on maritime transportation systems because they focus on credit fraud, finance fraud, and cargo theft instead of attacks or piracy. And here, it is a part of ICC. ICC is the largest business union of the world. So it's it's our organization of companies, of stakeholders in business world. Okay, and here there is another part for ICC that is related to maritime security. It's called IMB, Piracy Reporting Center. So this center is a part of ICC. You can say it's also a part of IMB, Piracy Reporting Center. It means that when you are attacked by pirates, your ship is attacked by pirates, you can use the Ship Security Alert System. Okay, SSAS, I introduced in the last video, to contact them, to contact this reporting center, and they will just send this alert to the country of your ship. Okay, they can help you report. They can help you report the piracy. And one second. It was established in 1992, leading source of information on maritime piracy. Okay, so it's a reporting center. It's a part of IMB. So the next organization related to maritime security is about people's welfare. Okay, is for safe fires, dockers, and inland navigation workers. Is called International Transport Workers Federation, ITF. So it's an umbrella organization representing labor unions. So it's not for a specific ship or a port. Is for people who are working in maritime transportation industry, okay, around the world, whose members work in various transportation sectors. Okay, and ITF commissioned survey on ISPS code, which is the one we went through earlier this lecture, right? Indicates the poor implementation of the code. Like I mentioned, the implementation of the code is more important sometimes than the code itself, because even there is a code, if a country is not going to follow this code with resources, it's meaningless, right? So according to ITF's survey, the code was poorly implemented, which should be improved to protect the human rights of, say, fires. Okay, so I would say that that survey must be focusing on the protection of workers in maritime transportation systems. Okay, when they surveyed about ISPS code, it was about the implementation of protection of these workers. Okay, so that's all for maritime security. Now let's talk about international organizations for aviation security. The first one is also the most famous one, also the most important one, is called ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization. It's also a part of UN. also a part of UN. It promotes the safe and orderly development of global civil aviation. So its responsibility is not only about security, aviation security, but includes its responsibilities include or cover all aspects of civil aviation. Three major ICAO security efforts. So about security, they're doing this to protect aviation securities. The first one maintains and updates something called Annex 17. There are actually currently 19 annexes issued by ICAO. Annex 17 is about not transportation security, it's aviation security, okay? I will show you the content of others and more details about this annex system, okay? And also secondly, it audits the abilities of member nations to adequately oversee aviation security matters and provides assistance to nations that are unable to address serious aviation security deficiencies. Okay, again, they are not law enforcers. Okay, they are helping different countries improve their aviation security systems. Okay, and the last effort here for aviation security is improving the security of travel documents, enhances security personnel trainings, and supports regional security initiatives. And about that Annex 17. The full name is Annex 17 to the Convention on International Civil Aviation of 1974. Okay, it has another name, Chicago Convention on International Civil Aviation. Okay, and it is part of standards and recommended practices for international civil aviation, and one of 19 annexes supports the convention. Okay, that 19 annexes were created by this Chicago Convention. They're here to support this convention and to prevent and suppress all acts of unlawful interference against civil aviation throughout the world. Okay, provides standards on aviation security principles, organizations, measures, and management of response to acts of unlawful interference. Okay, and here is a table showing you the content of all 19 annexes. So 17. So let's start from Annexes 1, a personnel listening. Rules of the air, meteorological service for international air navigation. So if you go through, you can say these annexes, they are covering different aspects of civil aviation, not only security. Okay, 16 is even about environmental protection. Okay, 17 is about security. We mentioned that, right? Safeguarding international civil aviation against acts of unlawful interference. And there used to be only 18, and Annexes 19 was added since November 14th, 2013. And it is actually about safety management. So if you still remember the difference between security and safety, you should know that 19 is about safety, which means that it's not exclusively for unlawful acts, purposeful unlawful acts against civil aviation. Okay, because security is about purposeful acts against transportation systems. Okay, and you may say, can you provide these documents to us so we can have a look at the content of this annexes? The answer is no, because they are very expensive. So this screenshot is from their official website, ICAO website. ICAO annexes to the Convention on International Civil Aviation. So 1 year subscription is $3,250. I'm not sure why is it so expensive. Yearly, you know, an international organization is non-profiting. I believe ICAO is non-profiting. I'm not sure about that, but this is just too expensive, and I don't think our libraries have these documents, these annexes. But yeah, we cannot say what's inside. It's just too expensive, and it's not one-time paying. It's $3,250 for 1 year subscription. Okay. Let's continue. So next, I want to introduce several international organizations on land transportation security. So there are much less international organizations for land transportation security compared to those for maritime and aviation modes, because less business is done through land transportation systems. Usually, the business carried out between countries or among countries, they need to use maritime transportation system to cross Atlantic, Pacific, or simply use aircraft instead of train. Train is very cheap, and it's powerful because it carries tons of cargo, right? But if you want to trade between North American and Europe, you have to use aviation or maritime. If you want to trade between East Asia and North American or South American, you need to use maritime ships or airplane. So lesser role of land transportation in international trade and travel. That's one reason why there are much less international organizations on land transportation security. And also, a greater fragmentation of ownership and regulation, because there are just so many stakeholders in land transportation industry. It's hard to unite them. Okay, not like aviation. Any airline, even it's a small airline company, compared to a land transportation, say a truck company, is much larger in terms of the investment, in terms of the employment, right? So that's two reasons why there are much less international organizations on land transportation security. But there is a special part of the world that includes a lot of small countries, and they're connected by land. Where is that area? Where is that region? Europe. So, International Union of Railways, established in Europe in 1922, and has 202 members from real world industry. So the member here in UIC is not countries, they are companies. And this union was established in Europe since 1922, early 20th century. Okay, so European countries, they are relatively smaller compared to Russia, compared to China, compared to Canada. US is big countries. And these countries, they are small and they're all connected by land. So railway systems are very important to Europe, okay? I mean, there are huge islands separated from the mainland of Europe. So Great Britain, right? But even in Great Britain, there are railway systems are very important. Okay, that's the reason why a lot of land transportation security organizations, they were established in Europe. Okay, in 2006, USA established the security platform to defend the common interests of USA members in security field. Okay, and here is another one. It's called International Association of Public Transport, which means what is public transport in terms of land transportation. So bus, passenger train. Okay, and it is a global advocate for public transport systems with 1,300 member companies. Again, UITP is an organization formed by companies instead of countries, from 92 countries. Okay, it established the Security Commission in 2004, which provides recommendations on public transportation systems. And this organization is also rooted in Europe. Its headquarters are in Paris. Okay, I will just stop here. This is a short video to finish the introduction of international transportation security organizations. Okay, including maritime, aviation, and land transportation. And this is all the content from last video, and this short video is for organizations at international level. Okay, so for the second part, or for the rest of the lecture, I'm going to introduce national level transportation security organizations, and we will focus on US. Okay, and after national scale, we're going to zoom in and focus on state level or even local level. Okay, I'll just stop here and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.